Okay, how I hope that you all will be great and you will be enjoying your life in a very better way. Today, my name is Umar Rana and I have come back with a new student review. Basically, her name is Saima Yusuf, and she's my student. She has appeared for IELTS exam, and now today's session is totally about the IELTS test review, about tips and tricks. How was the decorum of the class? How was the environment of the British Council or AEO? And what type of mistakes he did? What type of you can say hesitation she was facing basically. So today's session is totally about this. So Assalamu alaikum Saima, how are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I am fine. I'm good. How are you, sir?
I am fine also. What will be the first impression for telling the students how was the environment basically?
Environment was very good and comfortable. The all the team tried to give good environment, comfortable. Evenly half an hour we spent to just maintain the headphone. So I think students must be clear about this because environment is very good and comfortable. So please don't be panic, don't be any stress. Be relaxed. First of all, the student must relax yourself and be confident.
Be confident. Which entity you chose? British Council or AEO?
I chose British Council because they gave headphone. So according to me, it is very easy and very comfortable.
Okay, when you paid for your test, today or previous day?
I did written test in 8 October,
8 October.
Saturday,
Okay,
and
Saturday.
today was my speaking test.
Okay, okay, speaking test. So I think I should start one by one from speaking module. Speaking module. Okay, in speaking module, when you went to your venue, how
Hmm.
was the environment of that place? How was the environment of that place for speaking module?
For speaking module, the environment was very calm and peace. When I entered in the Ramada, so my interview was held in first floor at Ramada. So one member was sitting there. He recorded my entrance, and after that I entered in the second room where two ladies are sitting there. Were sitting there. They also entered my so they also took attention attendance for my.
Right.
After that, I waited there some time. At 10:20 a.m. I entered in the main room where one laptop was available there, and I just attached my headphone with my ear and starting interview. The examiner was very friendly and calmly she asked question from me. So when I started the interview, I relaxed. I forgot all the tension because of her voice was very comfortable and friendly.
Do you know the name of he or her? Do
Yeah.
you know? Do you know the name of he or she? Do you know the name? What was the name?
She introduced herself, but unfortunately, I didn't remind what is her name
Okay,
at this time. I
okay,
forgot.
okay. What type of questions were appeared in your part one? Basically, introduction questions. What were them?
Yeah, in my part one, the examiner asked question about hometown, about work or study. Do you work or study? After that, she asked some question about my work. After that, she asked question, did you have interest in? After that, he asked question about my interest in my school
Your school.
duration.
Your
In
school.
school duration, did you have interest in science subjects at that time? And the next topic is kept things. How we
Sorry,
kept things.
what? What
How
was?
we kept things.
Okay.
How we can save our things. How we kept
Things.
our things just
Okay,
like
okay. Protect our thing. How can we protect our things?
yes.
Okay. I
How
think.
we
Okay. How many questions were appeared in your part one? Introduction question.
I think 8 to 10 questions, but the questions were very say easy and familiar. So try to give 3 to 4 lines. After that, she started the other questions.
Okay. Now I think after completion of your part one, it was the turn for your part two, which is cue card. What was the cue card
Yeah.
in your part? What was the cue card?
In my cue card, describe a time when someone took your opinion.
Okay, took your opinion. So
Who?
how? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was that person? Why that person chose you to took opinion? And how do you feel after giving
Okay,
opinion?
how well you speak on that topic? How well you spoke on that topic? Are you sure that
I
you will?
think
Okay, okay. Yes, yes.
I think in part two, because I prepared this cue card, I I spoke more than 2 minutes because she she stopped me.
It's mean
I want to
it
at that
is better
I
option,
wanted
better
to speak
option,
more.
better
I wanted to
choice.
speak more, but when I started, she also shared, if I stopped you, so please don't worry and don't panic. After that, she asked questions 8 to 10 questions about opinion.
In your part three,
Yeah, in
in
part
your
three, she asked question opinion. All the questions related to opinion.
guys, students, our part three is related to our part two. Basically, if the cue card is, for example, on opinion based topic, so you can say that part three will be going on to conduct on your that cue card. Basically, you can say part three is a follow up question for your part two. So, how many questions they
Yes,
ask?
I think 8 to 10 questions also
Eight.
asked in the is.
Okay, delivering the answer you spoke well on the on your part three.
In part three, I think sometimes I one to two questions I
Misunderstand. Okay,
confused.
okay. You can
I
speak.
misunderstand. I repeated. I asked, requested her, please repeat your question. So
Okay.
I
It,
did mistake. One of the main
right.
mistake I did, I realized after that I made mistake how to choose tense. I think I did this mistake. I feel sometimes I didn't choose properly tenses.
It doesn't matter on the, you can say, the top priority of your content. For example, if you are talking about your part 3 or part 1 or part 2, basically cue card, if you are making mistake more and more grammatical mistakes in your part 2, it's mean you are going to make a blunder. Otherwise, if you do just silly things in your cue card, in your delivering content, it doesn't matter. For example, if I have spoke, if for example, that in cue card or in part 3, if you made just two or three very minute things, very insufficient, insignificant things, for example, you had to spoke your present tense, but you have to put your is mr and you spoke was just in for one word. It doesn't matter. It matters when she spoke. She asked a question about present scenario and you spoke on past. It matters because your content might be on the past, but the question was on present. It matters. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you make just one mistake out of 100. It doesn't matter. Okay. I think you
Okay.
will get inshallah high scores when you're speaking, and I am damn sure,
Ameen, ameen,
inshallah, I am damn sure that Allah will not put you head left. Okay.
ameen.
So the next question,
Thank
the
you.
next portion of our today's review is that uh, what was the sequence of listening, reading, and writing? It was randomly or it was pattern? Listening, then reading, then writing. What was it?
Listening, I would like to discuss with you. The listening module was very easy, not too much difficult. The first part is dialogue, and in the dialogue, the two persons speak not very fast. They speak slowly, and I could understand easily. In part two, MCQs and matching question. I think there are some mistake I did. In part three there are three types of questions. First three MCQs, and after that the three fill-ups, and after that the again matching. In part four, one person delivered lecture on about water filtration. That was very easy, not very difficult. They also speak slowly, not very difficulty. In part four, some MCQs also given.
Also given. MCQ is also given in your part 4.
Yeah, this is very different as compared to previous.
Because we
But the
have
MCQs were very easy. I easily picked in part four. According to my perspective, if I want to discuss my test of listening, part first and part four, I think these two parts are very good, and part three and part two, there are maybe some mistakes
this is
I
very
had done.
prodigious. This is very prodigious thing. You can say strange thing for me that in your listening part four, the MCQs were given. I am really astonished because in your
Only one MCQs was given.
only one, but it is a new
Only one
pattern. You can
MCQ.
say it is new thing
Yeah,
which was appeared in your test. Otherwise, in
yeah,
listening, your part one and part four is related to your fill in the blanks basically. But it is new thing.
yeah,
Okay, glad.
yeah,
So
definitely.
after finishing of your listening, it was a trend for your writing or reading.
Listening after that reading, I did many mistakes. I just realized I just want to suggestion and advice to my fellows. Please don't panic. Try to first of all, the most important thing, be confident. In reading, felt I became panic because I spent more than 20 minutes on first paragraph.
On
The
first
paragraph are also was not very too much difficult, but instead because of panic and situation, I made so many mistakes in my reading task. I don't know how many marks I will achieve in my reading task. So if I would like to discuss the history of copy, the first passage was given in the reading, and the question was fill-ups are given in three paragraphs, true, false, and not given in question number paragraph number one, and the second paragraph also fill-ups and containing information. Which paragraph contains the information, just like the number of that
yes,
paragraph.
yes, yes.
And
Sentence matching, matching basically. Sentence matching.
yes, matching. It's also matching. And scientist name also matching. And yes, no, and not given.
Okay.
Uh, List of heading was not given in my test.
Okay, it is very happy thing for you that most of students consider that list of heading is a nightmare basically, but it is not. It is not.
But
Okay. Uh, yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, my reading task was very badly attempted.
Why?
So I don't know much.
Why? What was the
Because of
mistake?
panic.
Oh,
I
what?
did mistake because I spent more than 20 minutes in first paragraph.
That is the reason. Basically, in your passage one, you have to spend only 15 minutes. In your passage two, you have to
Yeah.
just spend 20 minutes, and the rest of the
Hmm.
minutes, which are 25 minutes, should be spent on your passage three.
Past.
You were the
Yeah.
student of academic or GTE?
Academic.
Okay, in academic, you have three passages. Okay, okay, thank you. So it was the end of your reading, and it is the turn for your writing. Uh, you
Yes.
started from typing task one or task two.
Okay, first I will discuss with task one. The task one is very easy, not too much difficult. Give the table and bar chart. They give the table and bar chart gives
Comparison,
information
basically.
about,
It was comparison.
yeah,
Comparison
comparison
of
and
bar chart and
yes,
table. Bar chart and table.
bar, bar chart
Bar,
and table.
bar chart and table. Okay.
In writing task two,
No, no. So
and
listen. Listen. Just before jumping on task
yeah,
two, I have some questions. In your task one,
yeah, yeah.
how did you manage your task one?
Task one, I spent 22 minutes in task one. First, I saw the task one. First, I rephrased the given passage. And the second, there are four paragraphs I wrote there. The paragraph number one rephrases the
Rephrase.
given information. After that, one paragraph about table. Other paragraph is
Bar,
about
bar
bar graph, and the fourth paragraph is comparison between them.
between. Basically, overall, basically. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. It was
Yeah.
your task one. Okay. In your task one, what type of questions were appeared? Agree or disagree? Opinion based. Both views are advantages, disadvantages, and
Discussion,
summary.
discussion phase.
Discuss both views. I think
Both side. No,
in your part two.
I write the. I want to give the I want to read this. More and more plastic waste increases the pollution in cities, countryside, and ocean.
Very simple.
This statement was given.
Very,
This
very
statement
simple.
was given.
Basically, the point of them is that plastic waste is harmful for aquatic life or city life. Obviously, this is
And
very question. What was the question of that? This was agree, disagree,
yes,
or
question
opinion?
was no. The question was the what are the problem we can face because of this.
What are
And
the
the second
problems?
question is
Okay, what was?
how we could manage this. How could we decrease? How could we manage this type of
Basically, this is
problem?
related to your causes and solutions. Basically, causes and
Yeah,
solutions.
because
What was the causes?
yeah,
What may be the causes, and what may be the solution? Your first paragraph
yes.
might maybe I don't know how you arrange this. So tell me how you arrange this.
I first paragraph is I rephrases this and give my opinion. And after that, paragraph one paragraph I mentioned about the problem, and the second paragraph I wrote about the solution, and the fourth paragraph conclusion.
Okay, sorry, it is the time for Azan.
I
Oh, sorry, listen, it is time of Azan. Is just for a minute when we have to answer the words of Azan. Okay, 1 minute.
okay.
Okay, thank you so much for hearing the Azan. So proceed further. Okay, how did you manage your
Yes,
task
sir.
two? Okay, how did you manage your task two?
I managed because one day before I wrote just this type of essay, so that's why I easily managed task two in 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes, okay,
After in 30 minutes, after 10 minutes, read the
proofread
I
basically.
read the essay.
Okay, thank you so much for your sharing your ideas. Now I'm gonna allow the students to make up questions from you. Anila, Shazia, and other students. Bilal, you can ask the question from her.
Uh, okay, sir.
Yes,
Can
yes.
I?
Gigi, yeah,
Oh,
why not? Why not?
okay. First of all, thank you, Simon, to be come here for guidance. First of all, congratulations to you on appearing in IELTS test. A lot of prayers for you. Also,
Thank you so much. Thank
you
you
will
so
be
much.
successful in your task, and you will be gain your reply banks. My first question is about your speaking test. My question is that are you completing your conclusion at in your Q cards, because it is very tough to be complete when you have enough fluent way of talk, and you must be concentrate on your speaking, but not be but forget the conclusion. Are you completing your conclusion?
No, I This is the point. That's why I was little disturbed because conclusion started. I started just conclusion when the examiner stopped me.
Okay, okay. Because it is very tough to me when I am only just speaking. I'm just focus on my information base and not be concentrate on the conclusion.
No,
So it
no,
is my
that time
problem.
was
It
very
is my
easy.
problem.
Uh, I think the one thing is important for our IELTS exam. Be confident. If you have confidence, you can easily manage everything. Because I feel, because in the reading test, I didn't get too much confidence.
That is the main reason. Basically, students got hesitation in their IELTS exam. Basically, this should not be because this is just a test. It is not your screening test of your body. This is not the test of your hesitation or your fearing of fear of exam. Basically, this is a test of your
Yes.
English and English. That's why. Now, Shazi,
Yes.
if you have any
And
question, you can ask. Okay, okay, you can ask. If you have another question, you can ask.
Okay,
yes,
okay. Thank you so
actually,
much, sir, for allowing me this. First of all, Saima, welcome to this. Second is my point, best wishes for your future, for
Thank
your goal to attempting. Okay, my question
you.
is, what was the, no, sorry, how you can choose between AEO and British? And my second question is, have did you done mistakes some in writing because you can say you say sorry you said you have done mistakes in grammatical some issues so did you done in writing or just in speaking so how you can cover this mistakes.
First question, I would like to give the answer. First question, I chose British Council because I have experience. In 2015, I also appeared in 2015 in British Council. That time I was also very comfortable. So because of my experience, I chose this. And the second is, I think may I did mistakes in English grammar, both in writing and speaking because I was more confident about my speaking. But when I started speaking, so that time I little bit mistake which I know, but how could I did this? I am living in Multan. This is the one but I want to discuss with all the fellows. If the examiner asks where is a hometown, try to give I am living in Multan. I have been living in Multan since my birth.
Yes.
This sentence I did a mistake in this sentence.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. So
So that's why.
you was not covering your answer in a grammatical way.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think this
Okay.
is
If
not the.
how you can
Listen, listen,
suggest if
listen. This
sorry,
is
sorry,
not
sir.
okay. Okay. I think this is not the mistake of your grammar. I have been living there since that this is grammatically correct, but your point should be that what is basically they asked about your hometown. So all the conversation should be around your hometown, how the Multan is, what are historical places, what are desi foods, what type of people are there, what are the traditions, customs. It doesn't matter that you spoke about I have been living there. This is grammatically correct.
I think I lived in Multan since my birth. I used this sentence.
Okay,
So that's
that, that,
why I
that
chose.
that's why that is right.
That's wrong.
That's wrong, sir. Is this not good to answering? I belong to
No,
Multan.
no, no. This is not wrong. This is you can say basically every person has its own perception. For example, if
Yes.
this type
Okay.
of same question, if I ask from you, then your answer will be in a very smarter way. For example, if I will be the test taker, accept you can say Saima, I may be delivering the answer in that way. I have been living in Multan since my childhood. Basically, this is the place which is related to my birthplace. Okay, birthplace.
Yeah.
If I before landing on explaining my Multan, it is very
Hmm.
awesome for me because this is very interesting question. Multan is a very Multan has very old tradition. Basically, the tradition in a sense
Yes.
of hospitality. Hospitality. The
Yes.
people of Multan are very
It is
hospitalized
an
and
historical. Huh?
yes,
It is an historical city. We can say
historical city.
we can
Okay.
describe Multan in very different ways.
different ways. We have a special foods variety which is not gonna found
Yeah.
in rest of the world. We have a mango choice and we have ajrak. If I talk about dressing, we have ajrak and special turbans. Basically, if I talk about clothings, there are special costumes which are wear on the weddings and special events. Multan is Multan basically. This is
Basically, Saima, actually, I have so much hesitation about my grammatical way. So that's why I'm asking this question because I just think about if I am on that situation, how can I face that face this problem? If I'm in trouble about grammatic, I think I will be so confused and nervous.
No, no. I think in the start I did this mistake. After that, when I relaxed, I feel relaxed. I covered my this type of mistake. So I think if you are confident, you will cover this type of mistakes.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
one thing
Thank you
I
so much.
one another thing I will discuss. I want to discuss with you in one part one. The examiner just want one, 2 to 3 sentences. If we elaborate more, then she stop you and ask another question. But in part three, she demands
yeah,
more
more
than
answer.
3 to 4 sentences.
More than basically she or he demands minimum 5 sentences, minimum 5 sentences in your follow questions.
Yes,
Basically your follow questions are related just your cue card. If you not
but it
complete
is
your,
difficult. Sorry,
yeah,
sir, I
no, no,
cut your
no, no.
conversation. But it is difficult to ask more than 4 to 5 sentences in part 3 because there are all the questions similar. I think that all the
Okay.
questions are same because opinion.
Yes,
So
yes, 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 yes. They are
it is
actually they are rephrasing the question basically. Rephrasing they are,
yes.
yes, yes, that's it.
So try
Okay.
to I think try to prepare part 3 as well.
Okay, Shazi, if you have another question, then you can ask.
No, sir. Thank you so much. She briefed very well, and thank you so much,
Thank you
Saima. And
I
I
think
have
so
lots of
much.
wishes for
okay,
your
okay.
best.
I reckon Samya is also here. Samya, if you are listening me, then you can ask answer from Saima. Kashif, you can ask question.
Yeah.
Can you comment yourself?
Uh, Samya,
Yes, sir, I
Kashif,
am here.
yes, you can ask question from
Okay,
Saima.
welcome Samia.
Sir,
Yes, yes,
sir, sir,
yes, yes.
no question because I discuss personally.
Okay, you have discussed personally. Oh, thank you so much.
Because
Okay,
we
okay.
are class fellows.
Yes, you are
We are
class
all
fellow.
friends.
We are all friends. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Stay blessed and safe.
Okay,